Well, I don't know if you've noticed or not, but AI is taking over our world. And that does require some rather large infrastructure changes in order to support that change. So we brought our tech expert, Katrina German, in to help us sort this out. I guess, first off, data centers are a big topic of conversation, and the energy and the resources that they do take. Explain data centers to us.
So first of all, the data center is a physical structure, a building, something under the ground, that where you actually are keeping a lot of the servers and a bunch of computers basically on racks. And so when you're putting in a prompt into ChatGPT, it feels like it comes back instantly, but it's actually going to the closest data center, coming back just like magic and giving you that information. So basically data centers are crucial to the internet functioning.
Okay, so now, do we have any of these in our province, nearby?
Yes, we do. So data centers are big. A lot of people are building them all over the world. But here in Saskatchewan, SaskTel's had some in Saskatoon and Regina for a while. The U of S has had one for research for a period. And there's discussions going on in Southeast Saskatchewan, Moose Jaw, Saskatoon about creating different data centers. So this is a topic that's really timely right now for people in Saskatchewan.
Okay, now the thing with these is there is a downside. They tend to take a lot of energy, right?
This is a problem. So, already we're talking about the environment, energy, that sort of thing, and data centers are adding an extra strain to that grid. And so basically the amount of power being used by them is expected to double by 2030. And so this is an issue we really want to be looking at. Another issue around them too is water. There are some places where there's been these large data centers where their water systems has been interrupted. So those are a couple things that we really want to be looking at when we're talking about bringing data centers into Saskatchewan. Yeah. Fortunately, we have strong energy here, so we should be okay, but it is something for us to be thinking about and being very conscious about when we're putting data centers in place.
It's about cooling, right? That's why the water, I think this is happening in Alberta in some places?
Yes, there's some places in Alberta that are dealing with this, but a lot of times what you need is actually, some of the different data centers need water to do part of their cooling and part of their systems. And so that's one of the nice things also about Saskatchewan is that we're pretty darn cold here. You may have noticed, about 6 months of the year. And so that would actually be very helpful for the types of services that are needed for these centers.
Okay, so maybe that's worth it, though. Are there upsides?
Absolutely. Well, these are huge capital infrastructure projects. They take years. There's a lot of construction. There's a lot of people who are involved in creating them. So there's going to be some economic benefits. Also, the idea of data sovereignty. So this is the idea that right now, a lot of our data from Canada is actually going to the States and being stored there in different places around the world. As different tensions are going on, it's kind of a good idea for us to start keeping our data at home so that we can make sure that we're keeping everything safe and where it needs to be.
Okay, so what do you think then? Is Saskatchewan, should we be building these here?
I believe it's an absolute opportunity, but we want to be making sure that we're keeping an eye on that environmental part of that and making sure that we're building for the future.
Okay, there it is. For all your AI and tech info, katrinagerman.com and ethicaldigital.ca. Thank you so much.
Thank you.